What's up? I thought this would be a really cool video to post because you always see, a lot of closers posting like the best ever calls, right? And the calls that they've taken that have been like perfect calls, right? What I thought I'd show you today is a call that I took around about like 6 to 8 months ago when I was nowhere near as good as I am today, right? Um, in this video, I'm doing what 90% of high ticket closers do, right? The standard kind of sales process structure, that sort of thing. Okay. And the purpose that I want you to get from this video is like, you can get a lot better in 6 months, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play for you a call that I did. The guy still closed, but I was handling partner objection for about 45 minutes. Whereas I could have closed the guy within 25 minutes of discovery, right? And I'm going to analyze it and tell you where I should have improved, where I missed things, and why with my new approach, it's a lot better than what I was doing, which is what most reps in the space are doing. So if that sounds interesting, prepare yourself for the next 30 minutes.
Not only gets tired. Wait, no. I think I want to do Vince. Vince, actually.
Vince?
Yeah.
Hour and 40. God, they're all fucking long. So, right, okay.
He's the Asian guy, right?
Yeah, he was like super
He was tense on the call.
super
I think.
tense. Yeah. Super tense. Right. Like, do you have the power to like?
Great.
Yeah. Cool.
So,
Oh yeah. I was saying we finally got on a call, so that's that's good. But yeah, whereabouts are you? Yeah. So this guy was he'd like cancelled like twice, and then said he wasn't interested, and then I outbound dialed him to book on a call. So whereabouts are you located, mate?
Boise, Idaho.
Boise, Idaho. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell by my accent, I am in the UK, but Jeffrey, he's based in Toronto, so same continent as you, mate. But yeah, definitely excited to get into things. Was it? I know it was quite a while back. This is something I've stopped doing. Like I used to always
Wasn't
play.
that
I used to always
conversation?
I used to always play with a deck of cards, like on calls, but
Why?
just to keep my hands busy. But like, because I'm like riddled with ADHD. But what I realized was that I was like looking at the cards. So like the first thing at the start of the call is like I'm looking down instead of up. So like I've changed that now to where it's like first 10 seconds I'm looking like directly at them. When you spoke with Michael?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. I mean, I hope he didn't bore you to death, but no, cool. And obviously you've been through like the very, very, very tense.
Yeah, it was.
This call was quite a while back, but like now I would just call it out right now. I just be like, "You're all right, bro. You seem very tense." And just call it out straight away. The mini mentorship and everything like that, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Was that helpful at all? I guess in terms of like understanding the business model a bit more and everything like that, or
Yeah.
okay, how come? Like, in what way was it helpful for you?
Just understanding how the whole Amazon business works, and kind of some of the methods that help
Super fucking
run the business better. Some of the softwares and things like that, and
yeah.
kind of ways to search products, I suppose. Just kind of a general idea. So, and,
Yeah. Okay, so I
kind of
guess
the perception that I may have.
in terms of this call, mate, how can I help?
What's
You
that?
stopped
I'm sorry.
asking that.
In terms of this call, how can yeah. So it depends. So when I get people that are like super super reserved, I just ask it just because it's like very casual, just to like get them to open up a bit. Before going into like needle questions, if you know what I mean. can I help?
Well, I mean, I'm just kind of interested in getting a little bit more information about how all this program works.
So if you listen to that, yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of wanting a bit more information, like very, very reserved, very held back. I can't remember why it was, which we'll find out. But it's like important thing now is like if I was now, because this was back in like August, I think, or September, I would just call out like the fact that he saw reserved. I'd be like, come on, bro, like really? You seem very reserved. I know you didn't come onto this call just to get information. Like, what's going on? And just call out the behavior.
And costs and things like that. So
Yeah, I mean, we can go into that. I mean, before we do though, I'd like to know a bit about like your goals and what you want to achieve to even see if like the mentorship would be, I guess, the right fit. And but if you notice, what I am doing is I am matching his energy. Like, I'm like, yeah, I mean, we can do that. I'm not like excited or anything like that because he's not. What options
Was
have
that
we
something
got?
you
So
were?
you want to?
I mean, it was a long time ago, but were you like actively matching his energy, or was it just came naturally?
No, I
I
was
know it's all.
like actively doing that. Yeah.
Okay, so every time you're on a call, you're always gauging someone's energy to match it.
Yeah. So the way I'd use it is there's this thing called the impulse curve, right? And basically what it is you want to be like 10% more excited than them.
Okay. And why is that important?
So it's like if they're not excited and you're like super excited, it's going to come across weird. Or if they're super excited and you're not, then that's going to come across super weird as well, right? So it's like just like matching it, and then it feels a lot more conversational, right?
So, sorry. So in yesterday's call, where the prospect that Indian was talking to, had a high energy. Indian approached it quite correctly in a sense, where he still was high energy, or
No,
could he have done?
in terms of like the energy side of things, Indiana approached it right, but it was just like the question wasn't right.
Oh, in the case where a prospect is very high energy, are you 10% higher energy, or are you 10% lower energy if you're in that side of the spectrum?
If they're like super excited, that's a tricky one. So it's like if they're super excited, it's like you want to match it, but you also want to slow them down, right?
Okay.
Because when they're super excited, they're just going to be talking like super fast, and you're not going to be able to like keep up. So it's like you want to be excited, but you also want to like slow them down a bit, right? The way you can do that is just like a pattern interrupt, right, or whatever. Just to like you need to make sure that the prospect's keeping up with you, not you keeping up with the prospect.
Pattern interrupt, like, can you give an example?
Yeah, so it's like if somebody's like, yeah, I'm super excited. We'll hang on a second, bro. Like, we will get into all of that, and like I promise we will. But obviously I'm human as well. Like I can't take in all this information at once. So like, how about we just start off with like you just telling us a bit like what's actually the main reason you want to make money with X right now?
Okay, and that's immediately going to slow them down because
Yeah.
you've actively like. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
I'm really just looking for something that I can create eventually some passive income.
So if you
What
so
that?
I'm kind of really just very minimizing.
Yeah, because he's
Uh,
being very vague. Something kind.
he's being very
Something
what?
vague.
Yeah,
He's
but
not.
he's minimizing it, right? Because he doesn't want to tell me his actual problem.
Mhm.
But he's going to.
That
What?
I feel like I can get started on. I don't really have a lot of money to start with, so I'm trying to look for something that I think is realistic for me.
Okay.
Doing something like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so you wanted to make like some additional income. But like this I would change even with this call, right? It's like realistic. Well, who defines what's realistic?
Yeah, in my head, I thought like when he's a realistic, would have asked him to. I would have
Yeah,
asked him. Would that be a correct way of going about it, or what were you
yeah.
gonna say?
It's also like what's realistic, like because it's up to him to define that. right?
Yes.
What's realistic to me might not be realistic to him, or what's realistic to him might not be realistic to someone else.
Yeah,
So
I had that
in
when I
terms of
said that.
realistic, does he want to put that restriction on himself?
Sorry, can you say so having with the guys having said that, what would your response be? Can you say like you're
I'd be like,
now lying?
realistic, what would that be? And then he'd explain, and I'd be like, when did you come to the realization that that was what's realistic for you? Like, when did you start to define that as being realistic? Right? And then he'd elaborate, and then I'd be like, okay, well, like, why are you putting that restriction on yourself, bro? Right? This guy's still close, but I was objection handling for a long time. Right? The point is, it's like this. I could have just broke him down like right now in terms of like the language, right? But because
Mm.
I wasn't like when I took this call like 6 months ago, I wasn't anywhere near as good as I am now. So it's like I wouldn't have had to objection handle for 30 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been to the last part of it of that call yet, but
Yeah,
I've been
we were going. I was fucking going and going and going and going and going.
okay.
I mean, why is that for you, in your opinion? Like, why is that like important for you to be able to do that now?
Well, I really just want to have the control my time, honestly.
Uh-huh.
I'm just getting really burnt out, kind of running on this whole cycle with my job and,
What is it?
just staying afloat and everything.
What is it you do, man?
I run a beauty salon. I'm a manager there
Oh,
for about 18 years now.
18 years. Fair play, mate.
hmm
Fair play. I
Yeah.
was still shitting myself 18 years ago. So, I mean, I guess what's happened though, mate, because obviously, 18 years is a long time to do it.
hmm
Was there a moment where something switched where you felt more burnt out, or like, profits start, like, what happened?
I don't know. I just started feeling a lot more burnout in the last couple years, especially. I think just from working for so long and kind of not really seeing a lot of progress in my life.
Yeah. Sorry,
And
I'm just taking notes
things
now.
are just getting more expensive, so it's getting really harder to kind of keep up. And
So you said that like not a
so,
lot of burnt out, not a lot of progress in his life, right? So if we go back to the map of consciousness.
Yeah.
So like if we go, let me pull it up.
Yeah, I was gonna pull it. So.
Map of consciousness. Shit. So if I share that, right? If you listen to the language that he's using,
Lack
he,
of progress.
like he says there, like he's like lack of progress, right? So he's right down in the red here.
Mm-hmm.
He's in like the shame and guilt kind of situation, right?
That he's in there. Like, what about his language specifically made you feel that he was in?
He said like I'm not seeing a lot of progress in my life, and also if you look at, let me share it again.
Not a lot of progress.
If you look at like where he's, let me see. So like most communication is non-verbal, right?
money to start with, so I'm
So like look at where he's looking.
Down.
Yeah, he's very downward.
trying to look for something that I think is realistic for me.
Okay.
Doing something like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so you wanted to make like some additional income.
hmm
I mean, why is that for you, in your opinion? Like, why is that like important for you to be able to do that now? Yeah.
Well, I really just want to have the control my time, honestly.
He's like, he doesn't want to look at me when he's saying it. Right? He's like, he's looking downwards. Right? So think of it like positive, negative. Right? Positive, negative. Like when when you're like, let's say, Leanne, like if you got upset with something, right?
Yeah.
Felt bad about yourself. If you were to cry, do you cry like this? Or do you cry like that?
Down.
Yeah, you cry down. So it's the same with this guy. He's in a very shameful guilt kind of place on the map of consciousness. So we have to actually like bring him up. Does that make sense?
Yeah. At that time, were you aware of this? Or
No,
was it something?
I didn't pay as much attention to that sort of stuff as I did now.
Oh, okay.
So that's why this is a good one to review, because this is like one of my old calls.
Yeah. And then, so like, based on his body language, would you have called it out to an extent, or like, what would you have done, having picked up already 3 months into the call that he's been actively looking?
I would have been obviously like picking up on like the what's realistic, right? Not
Yeah.
seeing progress. What do you mean, man? Why do you feel like you're not seeing progress in your life? And then get him to elaborate.
Okay.
Right, and then based on what he said is whatever. I can't remember if I did do that actually, but
Honestly,
uh-huh.
you know, I'm just getting really burnt out, kind of running on this whole cycle with my job and
What
you
is
know
it?
just staying afloat and everything.
What is it you do, man?
I run a beauty salon. I'm a manager there
Oh,
for about 18 years now.
18 years. Fair play, mate.
Mhm.
Fair play. I was
Nice.
still shitting myself 18 years ago. So I mean, I guess what's happened though, mate, because obviously, 18 years is a long time to do it.
Mhm.
Was there a moment where something switched where you felt more burnt out, or like, profits start, like, what happened?
Um, I don't know. I just started getting feeling a lot more burnout in the last couple years, especially. I think just from working for so long and kind of not really seeing a lot of progress in my life.
Yeah. Sorry,
And
I'm just taking notes,
things
mate.
are just getting more expensive, so it's getting really harder to kind of keep up. And
What he does there as well, which is very, very subtle, right? Very, very subtle, is he says, right? It's like, not seeing much progress in my life, right?
Is that
What is that?
it's not minimizing. It's or
I
is it
mean, it
minimizing?
is, but it's like externalizing it as well. Like, he's putting it on to me. He's like, "Oh, you know what it's like." It's like, "Well, no, I
Oh,
don't."
to be as heavy on him because
Yeah.
he's not talking about himself.
Yeah. What he wants to do is he wants to put himself into a group of people. He doesn't want to be like the only one who is going through this.
Yeah. He's also like said like the word just a couple times already. Would you have picked up on it when? Because I think, is it always the case that when someone talks, that when they use just, is it always the case that they're minimizing, or is it because it simply be a part of someone's vocab?
It's like, it's subconscious, right? It's not like they're not intentionally doing it, right? But it is a minimizer. But it's like, you can't call it out until you've actually got like a specific goal, right?
Okay.
Because if we
Okay.
don't have a specific goal, it's like, how are we going to shift a language pattern if we don't know what we're shifting it to?
Okay. So you haven't called it out just yet when he's said just. So
No, but it's like, I didn't go anywhere near as heavy into like language weakness as I do now. And it's like, if I was to take this call now, he'd be closed in like 20 minutes.
hi,
You get what
Julie.
Oh, you're on mute, Julie.
Still mute.
It's a little mic button. Wait, can I request allow audio? If I do that. Yeah, so 2 seconds. Can I share? Let me see. Can I share this? Oh wait, I can't share that. So
Yeah, it's
Julie,
good now.
there we go.
Because the time I'm entering, I had to like go on Google and allow sound.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. So yeah, we'll review this one for like another 10 minutes, and then we'll review a bit of yours, one of yours, Julie, as well.
Okay.
So I'm reviewing like an old call before I used to go like, before I went as deep in like language patterns and stuff that I do now. So yeah,
so
it's burnt out in the last couple of couple of years. So what's that, like 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, about there. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you say like burnt out, I mean, in what ways that like affected you specifically, mate? Just so I can understand. So like what I am doing here, I mean, I should have I could have went way more deep, way more quickly with like picking up on like not seeing much progress in your life. That should have been the avenue I went to. But what I am doing here, right, is when I'm digging into pain, I'm just doing it like super casually. Right. So I'm like, oh yeah, I mean, like, in what way is that like affecting you personally there? Like it's as if like there's not really much like thought behind it. Right. Especially with people like this that are like super reserved. Right. Is like you need to ask those questions like casually so that
Wait,
they
I don't
don't
understand. Oh, you're gonna explain.
so that they don't feel like you're like it's like people that are like very reserved and very like protective, right? They feel they feel like you're reading like a script, basically. Like they don't want to be on the call with somebody who's not real, right? And like don't want to feel like they're getting read a script. So you just ask the question like super casually, like, yeah, I mean, like, in what way is that like affecting you personally? It doesn't sound like I'm scripting it, right? And it just sounds like it's like a question, right?
Oh, okay.
I mean, it just affects my overall health and wellness, mentally and
Look at him, right? Like if you look at him, he's still looking downwards the entire time. Like he's not looking at me, right? He's looking downwards into shame, right?
Mhm.
So it's like, so he's still like very low down in terms of like his consciousness. So it's like wouldn't like need to obviously bring him up.
just feel really drained and stressed and
Yes.
just burned out, So
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate you. I appreciate you opening up to us, mate. Because I can tell that yeah, you're not used to this. So I appreciate you at least opening it up. When you say like stress and drain, like, and that's been going on for 2 years. Did you say like 2 years?
yeah, more so in the last 2 years, yeah.
More so in the last 2 years. Okay. So like, and if you, like, I just made that as like a passing comment. I was like, I appreciate you opening up because I can tell you're not used to these sorts of conversations. You what?
He relaxed. He looked at you in the camera.
Yeah. He just like instantly just like relaxed a bit.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm calling out the elephant in the room.
Mm.
But like we're on this call for a fucking reason. And then as soon as I do that, he starts to open up.
And had he done that earlier in the call, he would have been in that.
Yeah, if I did that earlier in the call, like, the conversation would have been a lot different now. Is that like, I know obviously it's caused you more stress, right? But like, stress is subjective, isn't it? And feeling drained is like subjective. So how's that like impacted you personally? Like, what has it cost you, would you say, over the past, say, 2 years?
I mean, it's kind of, I don't really know how to say it. It just makes me feel like I don't really want to do a lot anymore because I'm just so tired. I'm not as uh I don't know. Sorry, I'm kind of bad at explaining things.
Fine, mate. Don't worry about it. Like, this, I don't mind how you explain it. I just want to hear it from you, really.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't want to. I'm just losing a lot of motivation in my life, and
Yeah.
just don't really want to do a lot of things anymore because I'm just so burnt out and tired at the end of the day. I just kind of want to go home and shut the front door and not deal with anybody. And
Yeah. I mean, so
I don't know. I just feel
he's doing it. He's doing it again. It's like once the conversation. Now the conversation's starting to get deep. Which I didn't really know this at the time, but like now watching it back, like I can see it clear as day. Is he's saying like, you know, you know,
Mm.
you know. So what he's doing is he's externalizing that pain onto me, as if I'm supposed to feel it as well, because he wants to feel like he's not like the only person going through this, right?
Mm.
And he wants to put himself into a group of people that are also struggling with it. Okay. If either of you have any questions, just let us know. Yeah. When you say that you don't want to deal with anybody, like, do you deal with anybody? You got like a family, or is it just yourself?
I mean, I live with my partner, my girlfriend. But what I mean by everybody, just like, in general outside, because that's what I do with my job. I deal with a ton of people and workers and clients and things like that. So
Mhm.
it gets pretty draining, and I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to look for a change in my life.
And I respect that, man. I respect that.
Yeah.
And I mean, just by the way that you're talking, right? Like I can tell. Do you know what I mean? Um,
Mhm.
that's supposed to be like obviously it's been going on for 2 years, right? I guess why do you feel like we haven't been able to like find a solution yet?
I think a lot of it is just I've just been so busy with just life, work and personal matters, family matters, like with my dad, he's sick, so I've been kind of busy with that, and so I just didn't have really a lot of time to kind of sit down and really think about what to do with my life. I know in the back of my mind I needed a change, but I just never really sat down and really think hard about it, until recently, and really I'm just trying to
Yeah,
find a way to make that happen eventually.
yeah. I'm sorry to hear about your dad, mate. Is he okay?
It's life. Yeah, he's got heart
Just like
failure. So
being this is like an important thing as well that like a lot of closers miss out on is just being a normal human being, right? Is like if somebody says the dad's sick, like ask if the dad's okay. Like don't just like skip past it and just be like, yeah. I mean, like sick dad aside, like you know, what I mean? Like don't come out with shit like that.
so I'm kind of busy with doctors and things like that. So
Yeah, no, I understand
um,
that. I can relate to it because the main reason that I actually, I just to give you a bit of context, like I used to have like a 9 to 5 and all that jazz. And my dad was always my biggest supporter, and like he never wanted me to like do that. And he ended up getting like seriously ill, which caused me to. That is actually true, by the way. I didn't just make that up. Just here and there. Right, I'm not. I'm not that. Sick. I'm not that sick in the head. Like that is actually true. Trying to take
Why?
that jump. Okay. So it's like you what?
Why in this point of the call did you start telling me a bit about yourself?
Because I felt like one of the reasons that he didn't want to open up to us was because he didn't know us, right?
Mm.
So if I give him a bit of a story and a bit of context on myself and tell him something that I wouldn't tell a complete stranger, then he's not going to feel as much like he's talking to a complete stranger.
Oh, okay.
I understand kind of the impact that somebody who you look up to who gets ill can have on you, right? But I guess can I share a perspective if that's okay without coming across as a dick? Just because I am British, mate. So sometimes I just sound like a dick. Do you know what I mean? Is that cool? Cool.
yeah, that's fine.
The reason I'm doing that, right, is obviously I'm about to go hard on a fucking reframe here, right?
Mm.
And it's always important to ask for permission so that they actually like take it in and lean in, right? But also what I'm doing is I'm softening it by saying like, do you mind if I like shout without sounding like a dick? Because I am British, so sometimes I sound like a dick, right? So then he's given me permission to be a dick, right? Because I've preempted it with saying like I might sound like a dick here.
How can like Julie and I and as women, like how can we say something?
Yeah. So it's like you just say like, do you mind if I ask you something without you getting offended? Right.
For me, I would say more like, do you mind if I share a bit of his perspective or things like this? Sometimes I even say like, can I be super honest with you? I like to be straightforward.
Yeah. And it's like,
Yeah, like
can
And
I
I
ask
think
a bit of a tough question? Right. So
yeah,
it's like that's what you need to keep. It's like the deeper you go in this conversation, the softer your questions get.
but I think also it depends on the offer and who is in front of you, right? Because like for example, on my health offer, it's about health. So like people get offended and like get like blocked super quick. Like
Yeah.
on money making offer, it's easier because like their life is fucked. They know it.
Yeah, but it's
Feels
like it's the same. Like with health, it's like you just say like, can I ask you something, mate, without you like taking it the wrong and, like don't take it the wrong way.
yeah, and generally, like in health offer, people already spoke like during Discover about like pretty deep shit. Like even sometimes they tell me about their gut issues, like if they can shit or if they can't. So like past like getting actually, like offended with
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay. How's that
Let's
affecting you? Shit, literally shit. I am shitting myself. Right, like you having all these reasons, right? Obviously looking after your dad, like I respect that, and obviously, running your own business, trying to keep your head above water. Obviously, like the situation is not 100% your fault, right? But I guess to get out of that situation, like, whose problem is it to solve?
Mine, yeah.
There's no right or wrong answer, man. So that's the reason that we'll go for that is it's like we can't. It's like when he's talking about such a sensitive topic like his dad. It's like we can't be like, yeah, but like there's people out there with sick parents who are also successful. Like we can't say that, right? Because it's not gonna land. So what we do is we'll say, obviously that's not your fault, but like to get out of this situation, who's gonna solve the problem? Right? It's like because we can't change like what's happening to your dad, right? What we can change though is the perspective that we attach to that, right? Because like we can either have sick parents and allow that to stop us, or we can continue to push forwards, right? Yeah. So I guess knowing that, like, besides from like time and that and those aspects, right, and I guess prioritizing other things, which is totally cool, right? But like besides from that, what do you think's like held you back, like internally, from just like taking that step over the past 2 years?
I think it's maybe just fear, lack of or self-doubt,
Yeah.
maybe lack of financial resources too, probably. That's probably a big one. Um, I think mostly it's probably those three
And that's
things.
normal, mate. Like that's normal that you feel that way.
Mhm.
Like what I'm doing
it's
here is I'm just going into the fear because the other ones are like external things. Like fear and self doubt is the only thing that I'm going into because finances is an external problem, right? Because like if somebody has a lack of finances, first off, it's down to the decisions that they've made, but also it's like a lot of people start successful companies being broke as fuck, right? So it's like that's not an excuse, right? It's normal for you to be a little bit uncertain. If you weren't, I'd be like, what on earth's wrong with this guy? Right.
Yeah.
And I understand the lack of financial though, but I guess is that a problem or is that a symptom of the problem? Right. So is
I don't
a
use
lack of anymore. I don't use that line anymore. Just so you're aware.
why?
I fucking hate that line. I just hated. It used to be good. It used to be a good line, but now every single fucking closer on Instagram uses it. So I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. The finance is the problem, or is the problem that because of fear we haven't taken the step which has led to the financial situation not improving, right? So in reality, the real problem is fear, right? And I know you mentioned self doubt, right? What is it you mean by that? Like, why are you, I guess, doubtful of yourself, mate?
Um, well, I mean, I don't have any. I don't come from a background of business. I don't have a lot of experience, starting business on my own. So I just, I don't really know where to start. So I think that's what I mean by self-doubt. And
You don't own the
uh,
salon? I thought you said you owned the salon.
no, I help run it. It belongs to my girlfriend's family. Yeah, I
Oh,
help
okay.
run it alongside with her. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So I mean, but I think this is a little bit kind of a step above, trying to run a business on
Oh
this
yeah,
scale
it is.
versus like a small retail type.
Yeah, but I mean, let me give you this as an example, right? It's like, do you drive, Vince?
hmm
Yeah. And imagine when you get in the car, you don't think, you know what, I'm not going to drive today because I might crash. Imagine you probably don't think like that, right?
Right.
You
Yeah.
just get in the car and drive. See, when you first started out driving, when you first did your driving lessons, you were probably thinking you were going to crash, right? And the point is, it's like you've obviously got to, you've got to do the thing to get uncomfortable to get comfortable with it, right? Because otherwise, you just continue to be uncomfortable. Like,
Yeah.
if you're terrified of crashing, you would never learn to drive. So I guess for you, like, and as I say, it's completely normal that you've got this feeling, mate, and I appreciate you telling me and like opening up to me. But like, do you feel that if you continue to like hold on to this fear, that you'll get to the position that you want, where you don't feel burnt out, you don't feel stressed, you don't feel, tired, if you continue to hold on to this fear, so to speak, and this self-doubt?
I think it'll stay the same if I still have that mindset. Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing's gonna change my life other than my age.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I guess, like, over the past 2 years or something, where you said it's been more of a like priority for you. What do you think it's cost you, like, holding on to that fear over the past 2 years?
Mainly it just cost me the time.
So yeah, it's like you still minimize a lot as well, but it's like now watching that, I would have handled this call completely differently. Like 2 minutes into the call, I'd have fucking called it out and fucking just went for it from there and like closed them in like 20 minutes. All right, but this call was from like 6-7 months ago when I was objection handling for like 30 minutes. But it's like it was still an okay conversation. Like, we ended up getting to like the root cause, which was fear, but we still didn't tackle. I still didn't tackle like minimizing language, external language, all that sort of stuff. Which, if I was to take this call now, like I do, and that's why my calls now are like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, as opposed to this one, which was an hour and 40 minutes. Well, actually, no, it was an hour and 15, but like we're on boredom and stuff like that as well.
Have you call with a prospect recently that has a similar sort of vibe as Vince?
Yeah.
Is it in the sales call recording?
I don't get many of them, but I think Cynthia was one of them. I could be wrong. But yeah, let me quickly nip to the toilet and then we'll continue. Or Julie, if you've got a call that you want to review a bit of